Today, our topic is how to cultivate wisdom with Stoicism. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. It is not about being emotionless or cold, but about finding peace and strength in the face of life's challenges. Wisdom in Stoicism is about understanding the world and ourselves in a way that helps us live with clarity, purpose, and resilience. To cultivate wisdom, we must practice certain principles and habits that align with Stoic teachings. First, we must learn to accept what we cannot change. Life is full of events that are outside our control, whether other people's actions, the past, and even many aspects of the future. The Stoics teach us that trying to control these things only leads to frustration and suffering. Instead, we should focus on our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. This is where our true power lies. For example, if someone insults us, we cannot control their words, but we can control how we respond. We can choose not to be offended, to remain calm, and to see the situation with clarity. This is wisdom in action. Another key principle of Stoicism is to live in accordance with nature. This means understanding the natural order of the world and our place in it. We are part of a larger system, and everything happens for a reason. Even difficulties and hardships have a purpose. They teach us lessons, build our character, and make us stronger. When we accept this, we stop resisting life and start flowing with it. We see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles. For instance, if we lose our job, instead of despairing, we can view it as a chance to explore new possibilities, learn new skills, or even change our career path. This mindset shift is a form of wisdom that helps us navigate life with grace and resilience. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of self-discipline. Wisdom is not just about knowing what is right. It is about doing what is right, even when it is difficult. This requires us to train our minds and bodies to act in alignment with our values. We must practice moderation, avoid excess, and resist the temptations of instant gratification. For example, if we know that eating healthy and exercising are good for us, we must have the discipline to follow through, even when we feel lazy or tempted by unhealthy choices. This kind of self-control is a hallmark of wisdom. It shows that we are in charge of our lives and not slaves to our impulses. Another important aspect of cultivating wisdom through Stoicism is the practice of mindfulness. The Stoics believed in being fully present in each moment, aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. This helps us avoid being carried away by distractions or negative emotions. When we are mindful, we can observe our thoughts without judgment and choose how to respond rather than reacting impulsively. For example, if we feel angry, instead of lashing out, we can pause, take a deep breath, and consider the best course of action. This practice of mindfulness leads to greater self-awareness and emotional stability, both of which are essential for wisdom. Stoicism also teaches us to focus on what truly matters in life. Many of us spend too much time and energy chasing after things that do not bring lasting happiness, money, fame, possessions, or the approval of others. The Stoics remind us that these things are external and temporary. They cannot guarantee inner peace or fulfillment. True happiness comes from within, from living a life of virtue, meaning, and purpose. Virtue in Stoicism means qualities like courage, honesty, kindness, and wisdom. When we prioritize these values, we live a life that is aligned with our highest self. We become less concerned with what others think of us and more focused on being the best version of ourselves. This shift in focus is a key step toward cultivating wisdom. Another Stoic practice that helps us cultivate wisdom is the habit of reflection. At the end of each day, the Stoics recommend taking time to review our actions, thoughts, and decisions. We can ask ourselves questions like, did I act with integrity today? Did I treat others with kindness? Did I make choices that align with my values? This practice of self-reflection helps us learn from our experiences and make better decisions in the future. It also keeps us accountable to ourselves and reminds us of what truly matters. Over time, this habit deepens our understanding of ourselves and the world, which is the essence of wisdom. Stoicism also encourages us to embrace impermanence. Everything in life is temporary possessions, our relationships, even our lives. The Stoics remind us that clinging to things that are bound to change only leads to suffering. Instead, we should appreciate what we have while we have it, but also be prepared to let it go when the time comes. This attitude of detachment does not mean we do not care. It means we do not allow our happiness to depend on external things. For example, if we lose a loved one, instead of being consumed by grief, we can focus on the good memories and the lessons they taught us. This perspective helps us face life's inevitable changes with courage and grace. Another way to cultivate wisdom through Stoicism is by practicing gratitude. The Stoics believed that no matter how difficult life may seem, there is always something to be grateful for. By focusing on the positive aspects of our lives, we shift our mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. This does not mean we ignore our problems, but rather that we balance our perspective. For example, if we are facing financial difficulties, we can still be grateful for our health, our relationships, or even the simple pleasures of life, like a beautiful sunset or a warm meal. Gratitude helps us stay grounded and reminds us of the many blessings we often take for granted. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to face our fears and embrace discomfort. Many of us avoid challenges because we are afraid of failure, rejection, or pain. But the Stoics remind us that discomfort is a natural part of life and a necessary ingredient for growth. By stepping out of our comfort zones and facing our fears, we build resilience and confidence. For example, if we are afraid of public speaking, we can practice speaking in front of small groups until we become more comfortable. Each time we face a fear, we prove to ourselves that we are stronger than we thought. This process of overcoming challenges is a powerful way to cultivate wisdom and inner strength. In conclusion, cultivating wisdom through Stoicism is about developing a mindset that helps us navigate life with clarity, courage, and resilience. It is about accepting what we cannot change, focusing on what truly matters, and living in alignment with our values. It requires self-discipline, mindfulness, reflection, and gratitude. It also involves embracing impermanence, facing our fears, and seeing challenges as opportunities for growth. By practicing these principles, we can live a life of purpose, peace, and wisdom. Stoicism is not just a philosophy. It is a way of life that empowers us to be our best selves, no matter what life throws our way. So let us take these lessons to heart and strive to cultivate wisdom in our daily lives. The journey may not always be easy, but it is undoubtedly worth it.